Is the Ricoh GR Digital 4 an improvement over the original Ricoh GR Digital 1? The short answer is yes, but stick around for more because I think you might still want to consider the original GR Digital 1 as well. Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Nick Danger. Welcome to another GR video. I am going to tell you about my experience now with the Ricoh GR Digital 4. I could not help myself. I really enjoyed using the GR Digital from 2005, so I went ahead and bought myself a Ricoh GR Digital 4. Now, this is the most complete version of Ricoh's GR Digital line that came out in 2011. They improved on a lot of things over the OG back here. Resolution is a little bit higher, so this is a 10 megapixel camera. The operation, the menu system, everything about it is better. So the startup time, the lens is smoother. It just comes out with a better sound and it goes back in with a better sound. If you want to really see it for yourself, I'll do a little demonstration. It's kind of wild. And then the focusing has that sound, the flash is popping up automatically, and whereas the GR Digital 4, well, the flash, you have to do it on your own, but look how smoothly that lens comes out. And the focusing, much quieter, much more definite sounding, and then the lens just smoothly goes back in there. So mechanically, it's just more impressive. There's a different focusing mechanism here. It uses a pre-focus system that you can turn on and off. It's sort of like a continuous focus mechanism, but it uses these guys up here. I think it's a infrared type thing. I don't know exactly the mechanics of it, but it shines a light and estimates the distance from the lens to your subject that's in front of you and makes the entire focusing mechanism a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. Other differences, the lens is brighter, so you have a 1.9 as opposed to the 2.4 on the older GR Digital. The back screen seems to be an anti-reflective screen, which is really nice. The buttons feel nicer. You have this flicky controller here, which is like the newer GR cameras. The power button now has a light in it, so it's just an overall much more advanced camera. I had one guy commenting on my GR Digital video saying that people report that the 4, which is this one here, is a little softer, a little smudgier, a little too much noise reduction on the photos even if you go raw, and that's how I shoot these things. So I looked really closely at the files. I'll pop an example up here. When you have it just like it is, just like it comes out of the camera in raw form, you look at the GR Digital 4 files and it does seem a little bit smudgier, and then you look over to the GR Digital file, it's lower resolution, so you're a little bit more zoomed out when you're at 200%, so we're absolutely pixel peeping here, but it does have the appearance of slightly better sharpness. Now, here's what I did. I noticed that it's grainier, so remembering that grain can sometimes give the perception of sharpness to images, I went ahead and added a little bit of grain to the GR Digital 4 file, and look at the example, look at the comparison here. They actually look just about the same now, except you have a little bit more resolution with the GR Digital 4. So I don't think that difference is really 100% there. It might be true that there's some noise reduction, even though I've turned off all noise reduction for the raw files, but if it's there, it's such a subtle difference, you only notice it when zooming in, pixel peeping at 200% like I'm doing here, and not accounting for the grain difference. The photos coming out of the GR Digital 4 at first glance and truly do seem sharper and clearer than the ones I got with my original GR Digital. The operation is so buttery smooth. You can record raw files in no time. Boom, that's it. Raw files in there. Now, it does take its time kind of flashing the light there, but it only lasts a couple of seconds. So overall, much faster operation. You see the shake reduction right there? That's because this thing has IBIS in it. I don't hear it like I do with my much more modern, newer GR3X camera that I also have right here, but it does work. So I can shoot as slow as maybe 1/30th, 1/20th, sometimes even 1/15th of a second if I hold my hands nice and steady. My most favorite thing about this camera, and it might seem like a very small thing, is this feature you see right here. They call it shooting info display frame, and oh my god, I wish I could have this on my Ricoh GR3. It's so nice to be able to see everything but not have it be all overlaid on your image as you're framing it. Give us a frame, please, Ricoh, in a firmware update for the GR3 that we've all spent so much money on. Because of the format of the sensor, you get to shoot 4:3. And that is so cool. With my GR3, I'm stuck with 3:2, but with this, I can have both. And in fact, the full resolution version is 4:3. The display on the Ricoh GR Digital 1 is kind of barely visible in comparison. And you know, you really lose your viewing angle really fast the moment you kind of tilt the camera. There's really only one tight angle to see it really well, but with this is a much higher resolution screen, much more detailed. You get to really review your photos really well and zoom in to see the focus and everything. This is such a small sensor that there's really only a handful of focus points available to you. Most everything is in focus, especially if you f-stop to, let's say, 5.6. There are tons of features in this camera. We can take a quick look at the menu. Many formats that you get. You get 16:9, you get 3:2. They really went all out with giving you all the options in the menus with this camera. You get snap focus distance, which we didn't have on the first GR Digital, of 1.5, 2.5, 5 meters, and infinity. And auto, which is really interesting. So it automatically decides what snap focus distance to pick based on the scene that the camera is seeing in front of it. And I'm guessing is utilizing that front focus mechanism that's outside of the lens to help it determine the distance and pick the best snap focus distance. We have full press snap here. We have the pre-AF that I talked about in the beginning of the video. Date imprint, which is nice to have on an older camera because, you know, that's the kind of vibe you're capturing is older photos. It's nice to have that date imprint option as well. Just a lot of options basically are given to you, and this is my favorite one. Shooting info display frame. What a brilliant feature. This might be the one reason I keep picking this camera up, because it's such a joy to use. And that's my main point. Are the photos significantly better than the ones you get with the much older, much more famous Ricoh GR Digital 1? They're definitely better looking, but the main reason I keep coming back to this camera is the user experience. It feels really good in the hand. You feel confident using it. The lens, it sounds like a nice construction. Honestly, every time I turn on and off my OG GR Digital, I'm a little nervous for its internals, and when it focuses, I don't know, it just it's not very confidence inducing. But with the GR Digital 4, I feel really confident in using it. If you can find one on the second-hand market, I would say go for it. If you go with the first version, you're not missing out. But between the two of them, when I'm going out over the past couple of weeks and I'm trying to decide which one to pick, almost every single time I've picked the GR Digital 4. I just have more confidence in the photos that I can get, as well as the options that are in front of my fingertips to give me the image that I want at the end of the day. You get your horizon level, you get shake reduction, you get fast raw file recording, good reliable autofocus. Overall, a big thumbs up from me on this camera. So here it is, guys. The GRD4 GR Digital 4 is an every way a better and more advanced camera than the original GRD1, which I still love very much. Ricoh took it the furthest with this, with their small sensor CCD format, and I think they did a really, really good job, and they've made a camera that many years later now we can still appreciate and use and enjoy. I do know that the GRD1 has a cult following and very, very loyal fan base that really appreciate what it can do, and I'm not going to knock that at all. If you appreciate a simpler operation with much less number of options and grittier image quality, I think the GRD1 is a very, very good camera, and I probably won't be getting rid of mine. Thank you so much for watching. If you have something to say about these cameras, if you want to share a little bit of your experience, please leave a comment below. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know in there as well. And if you want to see more Dr. Nick Danger content, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button so the YouTube algorithm shows you more of this stuff. I will see you next time.